No, my bag. Oh, don't miss the job, don't. Come in, Zero. Do you read me?
Loud and clear, Nostalgia Snake. Are you ready for your next mission?
Affirmative. But why did you drag me out of the game room? I hate touching grass.
This time it's to find an early copy of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, as well as Agent Solid Snake.
A Snake Eater remake?
That's right. And this time you'll be alone. No outside help. Just you and your CQC.
Great. I haven't practiced that in years. This bandana. We must be pretty close. Ah, shit! My eye! My eye! Welcome to the jungle, where the trees have ears, guards have dogs, and your only friend is a calorie-burning snake you must eat raw. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater isn't just a stealth game. It's an all-you-can-eat Cold War buffet of drama, betrayal, and survival mechanics that make you question why you ever complained about regenerating health. Cue the montage. Snake crawling through mud, Snake punching crocodiles and wearing their heads.
Oh no, he's hot!
Snake tragically dying while the codec screams an echo through the void.
Snake!
And the cardboard box? Yeah, thankfully that still made the cut. Because Kojima may be a visionary, but even visionaries know not to mess with the classics. In today's episode of Nostalgia Road, we're going full CQC on why Snake Eater still slaps.
Snake, what's up? Why are you naked?
It feels good.
It's time to salute a classic. Snake Eater was a seismic shift in tone and structure. Instead of pushing forward from the events of Metal Gear Solid 2, Kojima yanks us backwards to 1964. Welcome to the Cold War, baby. You are now Naked Snake, aka Big Boss before he became Big Boss. Just a guy, a soldier, a man with a mullet and a dream. What the hell? Why can't I move? Tiger, what do I do?
Dumbass, didn't you read the manual?
No, I didn't buy the game CIB.
What kind of game collector doesn't buy the game CIB?
Wait, so I can't move while I'm crouched? Ugh, what was Kojima thinking? I don't have time for this whatsoever. I'll stick to crawling around. My knees are gonna kill me.
I bet they are.
What is that supposed to mean? After the backlash of Metal Gear Solid 2, Kojima hit reset. Fans were confused, even betrayed. Wait, I'm not Snake? Became a rally cry. So Snake Eater is partially a love letter to fans, a stripped-down, raw, back-to-basics stealth sim that also happens to be an emotional sucker punch disguised as an espionage thriller. This game dares to throw out every crutch. It's the first game in the series without a high-tech setting, without sci-fi robots popping out of vending machines, without codec delivering your every next move. And yeah, that's why it works. It's Kojima flexing, saying, watch me still blow your mind without futuristic tech. I'll use trees. So what happens when you strip Snake of his gadgets, his radar, and his little nanomachine cheats? You get survival stealth. You get the kind of gameplay that makes you pause the game just to catch your breath. First, the camouflage system. This isn't just cosmetic. Your choice of camo directly affects how visible you are. They're never gonna find me here. Oh, shit.
Snake, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm blending in.
The only thing you'll be blending into is a Melee Smash tournament. Now get back to the mission.
Ugh. Fine.
Well, I guess it's official.
Wait. Who are you? And what are you doing on our code frequency?
Think of it more as a conversation.
Listen, if you don't get off this frequency right now, I'll tell everyone where the bodies are.
I like that.
Ugh, you would. And then there's stamina. Snake gets hungry. This is great. Yummy. He gets tired, and yes, he needs a snack. Frequently.
This is horrible.
Injuries. No magic health potions here. Break a leg, splint it. Get burned, apply ointment. Get shot, pull out the bullet and disinfect the wound and then stitch it up manually.
At this rate, I'll have my PhD in no time.
Compared to the hallways and offices of past Metal Gear titles, Snake Eater's jungle is alive. It's hostile, and it breathes. You're stalking and surviving, not just sneaking. Missions can be tackled with surprising creativity. You can lay traps, bait enemies, or shake down guards for gear. And yet, it never becomes a chore.
Hi, and welcome back to Snake's Stealth School for Suckers. In today's video, the cardboard box. It's really simple. All you do is hide under the box and walk right past the enemy. And remember, if you can't see them, they can't see you. Unless they can, and then you're dead.
Hey, there he is.
Ah, shit.
Now let's talk story, and I hope you brought tissues, because I sure didn't. Snake Eater gives us Naked Snake at his most vulnerable. In the intro mission, aka Virtuous Mission, he starts as a loyal soldier just following orders. But by the end, he's a broken man, shattered by betrayal, loyalty, and the painful truth that sometimes being a hero means doing something horrible. Speaking of Virtuous Mission, let's Halo jump into the prologue. It's a standalone operation that feels like a standard covert op. Infiltrate Soviet territory, rescue a defector, get out. Simple, surgical, virtuous. And for about 30 minutes, you think you're playing a stripped-down Cold War James Bond simulator. It's Snake's first real solo mission under Fox. And the stakes feel just high enough to matter, but not world-ending, yet. Then, the game pulls the rug from under you. The defector Sokolov doesn't stay rescued. Your mentor, the boss, defects to the Soviets? Unthinkable.
And this is where we start getting the never-ending double crossings. Okay.
Her brutal judo flip betrayal snaps more than Snake's ribs. It shatters his entire worldview. And when the Shagohod prototype is revealed and Volgin nukes his own allies, you suddenly realize this isn't a spy thriller, it's a tragedy in the making, dressed in camouflage and false optimism. The brilliance of Virtuous Mission is that it feels like the game until it doesn't. Not only is it a tutorial, it's a prologue disguised as a whole arc. Kojima uses it to condition you with confidence, then slaps you with betrayal, global consequences, and the personal failure of Snake. After surviving the humiliation of Virtuous Mission, a week later Snake is sent back to the same jungle. Along the way, Snake meets Eva, a female fatale with a motorcycle, and a habit of showing up at just the right moment with just enough information. She's the classic spy film archetype, seductive, secretive, maybe trustworthy, maybe not. But in Snake Eater, that ambiguity isn't just flavor, it's core to the story. Everyone is lying to someone, everyone is someone else. As we make our way through the jungle and finally find where they're keeping the Shagohod, we make our way to the next mandatory checklist scene in any Metal Gear game, the torture scene. Not only is the torture scene a nod to Metal Gear in general, it marks the turning point to Snake's descent. After being captured by Volgin, Snake is beaten, humiliated, and forced to watch the boss stand in silence. No comfort, no explanation, just betrayal with a cold stare. And it's not just physical, it's psychological. Every punch chips away at Snake's identity, and then comes the eye. In a split-second act to protect Eva's cover, Snake throws himself into danger and loses his right eye. It's not just a war wound, it's symbolic. From that moment on, Snake is never whole again. That soldier who entered the jungle is gone. What crawls out of that cell is the beginning of Big Boss. And when Snake finally escapes, it's not victory, it's survival at a cost. The mission continues, but Snake carries that trauma in every step, every scar, and every silent glance back at what he left behind. Snake himself begins to fracture. His mission isn't just testing his body, it's tearing at his soul. Every time he heals a broken bone or digs out a bullet, he's physically reinforcing the myth of the perfect soldier, but mentally, he's crumbling. His enemy isn't just Volgin or the Cobra unit, it's the idea that loyalty and patriotism can be clean, simple, or righteous. Snake Eater argues that they can't, and never were. By the time Snake confronts the boss in that field of white flowers, the jungle is behind him, but the weight of his choices has only grown. The mission has done its job, and Snake has proven his skill. But what he's lost, his innocence, his mentor, and his sense of truth, is far heavier than anything he carries on his back. The operation may have been successful, but the cost is the birth of Big Boss and the death of everything that made Snake human. That ending is still one of the most heartbreaking scenes in gaming history. A slow fight in a field of white flowers, a single gunshot, a salute, and then silence. This is Metal Gear Cinema. Silhouettes of guns and snakes, jazz, a vocalist belting about thrills and tree frogs. The game treats every cutscene like a mini movie. The camera lingers, but it's intentional. And then there's the infamous ladder scene. 2 minutes, no dialogue, no enemies, just Snake climbing and climbing. And then the theme song fades in.
You know, Hideo may have used this to hide the loading screen, but it was worth it.
Is it indulgent? Absolutely, but it also works. It slows you down, it forces you to breathe, and by the time Snake reaches the top, you feel it. Cinematography doesn't just look good, it plays you like a fiddle.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
You're feeling every frame as you watch.
But you're so supreme. I give my life.
Every boss fight in Snake Eater tells a story, not just through dialogue, but through design. Welcome to the Cobra Unit. Fear, pain, fury, sorrow, and the end. It's like fighting all the 7 deadly sins if they were just wearing gas masks. But before we set our sights on Cobra Unit, we run into our old dear friend, Revolver Ocelot. Oh, I'm sorry, just plain Ocelot.
It's a good gun, I'll give you that. But the engravings give you no tactical advantage whatsoever, unless you're planning on auctioning it off.
This is his origin story where he's still not known for his revolvers yet, and we'll eventually run back into him again where we have a duel from opposite cliffs, showing each other who has the biggest gun.
Nice.
But before we can finish the job, we get sideswiped by the bees.
Not the bees! Ah! Open my eyes! Ah!
And end up falling into caves looking for our way out. But much like an EpiPen, we have bees to stop. The pain? He's got bees. That's his whole thing. And somehow it works. He weaponizes hornets and screams, "Feel my pain." He's ridiculous and he's perfect. I mean, it's classic Hideo Kojima villain design at its best. He'll use his bees as a shield, grenade, and bullets, all while you hide in the water waiting for the perfect time to strike.
Not the bees!
The Fear is a stealthy, freaky contortionist who whispers threats while clinging to trees. Creepy, agile, possibly possessed by gymnastic demons, this fight is all about keeping your eyes peeled for the Fear in the trees as he uses a stealth camo to pretty much turn invisible. The end is this game's crown jewel boss fight. A legendary sniper fight that can last hours, or wait a week for him to die of old age.
Major, how do I beat this old Six Flag looking sniper?
Have you tried getting good?
What's that supposed to mean?
If you can't do it the skillful way, try using a time machine.
That's right, much like previous Kojima boss fights, this one has a fourth wall breaking solution. Just wait. If you save the game and then wait a week, you can beat him just of old age. Or if you're impatient like me, change the date on your PS2. The Fury is an angry cosmonaut with a flamethrower. Literal fire and rage. Also, he explodes. This boss fight is a game of hide and seek in a dark Soviet bunker. Kinda like the Raven boss fight from MGS1. But only now, this Raven can fly. All thanks to his jetpack. Once you learn his pattern and how to dodge his flamethrower attacks, you can launch him to the moon. The Sorrow doesn't fight at all. He makes you walk through a river of your sins, the souls of everyone you've killed. And if you played as a pacifist, the river's empty. It's a symbolic look into your journey. You see the enemies you've killed so far, even if you didn't know the helicopter pilots counted as kills. It also makes you want to go back for another playthrough and do a true no-kill run. Vulcan in most Metal Gear games would be the one you've waited for in the climax of the game, but Snake Eater is built differently. Similar to Liquid Snake in MGS1, you fight Vulcan one-on-one, then against him while he pilots a very early designed Metal Gear. We then have to lure Vulcan out of the Metal Gear and headshot his ass.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot!
The boss. This is it. The moment that we didn't believe would come. If Snake had it his way, we wouldn't be doing what we're about to do. But we have to. We have to finish the mission. And Boss doesn't make that easy. She explains why she did what she did and that we have to kill her in order to succeed to prevent World War III. Thus kicks off the final battle. In this battle, we have to use our stealth and CQC skills in the ultimate test. While hiding in the white flowers, we wait for Boss to come close and strike, like a snake capturing its prey. This fight isn't hard by any means, but it makes you feel something. It makes you hurt. You've come to know Boss as your mentor and a mother figure, but as you pull the trigger, the game ends.
Well, after about 40 minutes of cutscenes. But if you think that's bad, play MGS4. Watch MGS4.
Every encounter reinforces the themes: war, trauma, guilt, and legacy. It's not just cool boss mechanics, you're being judged. Few games make boss fights feel this personal or this judgmental, and no other game makes you pause and ask, wait, am I the villain here? Time is the ultimate test for any game. Some age like fine wine, others age like milk in a hot jungle.
Snake Eater? Still pretty delicious.
Revered, remixed, and memed to oblivion, Snake Eater transcended its generation.
Snake Eater influenced an entire genre of stealth action games. From The Last of Us to Red Dead and even Ghost of Tsushima. You can see traces of it in its DNA.
And with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater on the horizon, we're getting a chance to relive it all in 4K with modern controls. Hopefully without sacrificing the weirdness. So where does that leave us? Snake Eater is the heart of the Metal Gear Solid series, the soul. It's where Big Boss was born, not from glory, but from pain. He didn't become a legend by choice, he became a legend because he had no other option. When you replay Snake Eater, it hits differently. You know how it ends, you know who lives, you know who lies, and it still breaks you. It's one of those rare games where the emotional impacts outlast the gameplay. Sure, you might forget a specific jungle route or guard patrol, but you'll never forget the white flowers and the salutes, all while that song plays. So here is your call to action. Replay Snake Eater, relive the climb, revisit the boss, and remind yourself why this game lives in our hearts. And tell me, what is your favorite boss fight? Unless it's the pain, because bees are pretty unforgivable.
Not the bees!
I can't believe I failed my mission again. Foxhound's never going to accept my application now. Well, there's really only one more thing left to do. Play a Solid Snake in Fortnite.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life.
Is Nostalgia Snake aware yet?
Negative. He hasn't a clue that he's a pawn in a much bigger game.
Good. The less he knows, the better.
Agreed. The Patriots want him alive for what happens next.